tag from the Ravens. So a team can offer Lamar a contract, and the Ravens would have a chance to match the deal. Shannon, prediction time. Do you think Lamar will still be a Raven come opening day?
Yes, because I don't believe two teams are going to give up two first-rounders. Skip, we talked about this all the time, and you know this. I'm a firm believer in this. You're only worth what someone's willing to pay. And it doesn't seem like teams are willing to give up two first-round picks, even for a 26-year-old former MVP. No matter what you and I, Skip, we believe Lamar Jackson has progressed and is progressing and continuously get better at throwing the football.
Yep.
But I don't believe enough NFL teams feel the way about Lamar like you and I do. Because let's say, for the sake of arguments, the Cincinnati Bengals say, for two first-round, not exclusive, you could have Joe Burrow. Tell me what you think is going to happen. Okay, I give you Justin Herbert. For two first-rounders, you can have a Justin Herbert. What do you think is going to happen? If Kansas City say, for three first-round draft picks, you can have a Patrick Mahomes, what do you think is going to happen?
Make it 5. Somebody would bite. Somebody would jump.
What you and I feel, what the commentators and analysts got, it doesn't matter what we think about Lamar. It only matters what another team, what teams think of him. Mm-hmm. They're saying we don't see enough progression in the passing game. And the last 2 years, he's finished the season injured.
He has.
And yet you want us to fully guarantee $230 million plus.
Yep.
I think Lamar has gotten better at throwing the football. I think he's a winner. His record says he's a winner. His touchdown to interception ratio says he can throw the football well enough to win in this league. But I don't think of the teams, enough of these teams don't view him like you and I view him. And that's all that matters, because you know our only team. And guess what, Skip? There is no, stop saying Lamar Jackson is a free agent. He's not a free agent. The moment they placed that tag on him, he became unfree. Free means I can go talk to any other team, and if somebody offers me a contract with no compensation.
Thank you.
In basketball, I don't have to give up compensation when a guy's a free agent. In baseball, I don't have to give up compensation when a guy's a free agent. Only in football, if they place the franchise tag or the transition tag on you, and you're talking about, well, he's free. He's not free. Because Lamar Jackson can't talk to any other team unless he receives permission. It's just, Daniel Jones got $160 million, 82 guaranteed. You think Daniel Jones better than Lamar Jackson? At what? Being tall? It is what it is, Skip. I just don't believe that. Look, and I'm not saying because someone else made a bad deal that every now the president needs to be set bad deal. Because what's happening is because Lamar doesn't have an agent, he's getting represented from the NFLPA. The NFLPA is all about precedent. They're all about trying to get these salaries to go up, 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 up. They're not looking at you, Lamar. They'll use you to a means to their ends, which is, let's see how high we can set the precedent. Where an agent is only concerned about his client. The question is, Lamar, I mean, how much longer is this going to go on? Because what is he going to do, Skip? They say, this is what if no teams come forward to offer you with Lamar, you out there. If you was what you thought you were, why didn't teams give up 2 first-round picks and give you $230 million fully guaranteed? That's the Ravens' leverage. That's the Ravens' play.
Okay.
Because no one has come forward. As a matter of fact, not only, Skip, when have we ever heard a team come out and say, well, all the free agents, when these guys become, well, I'm not interested in this guy. Well, this team, I'm not interested. They only did that for Lamar Jackson. I've never heard it before. Now, maybe you have. You've been around it. But I was in the league when free agency first started. And I've never heard teams come out and say, we're not interested in said free agent like they have Lamar Jackson.
That is true. I will give you that. Bingo, touche. Good point. I'm having a harder and harder time with this because it is football insanity on the part of everybody out there who needs a quarterback. We opened this show talking about how the Raiders jumped for Jimmy G. The New Orleans Saints jumped for Derek Carr. And I'm saying, huh? You're treading water. You're spinning your wheels. You're hoping for some miracle to happen with either one of them. And your mind's on, well, where can we go next?
Right.
Who's next? Can we get one of the kids? Can we maneuver in the draft? Can we draft somebody? It's just stop, gap, stop, gap. Help me out. let's do the hypothetical. If Lamar Jackson, we could snap our fingers and he were going to be the Las Vegas Raiders quarterback next year, I'd say I give him a shot.
Yeah.
I give him a shot.
Yeah.
Snap fingers. If you put him in New Orleans, I say, hands down, they're going to win the South, and they're going to be a factor.
Yeah.
They're just going to be a factor.
I agree.
He's just that good. It's not just my eyes. It should be everybody's eyes. He won the MVP. He led the league in touchdown passes. In my life of closely observing this game, I've never seen a more electric, broken field, open field runner than this kid. And yes, I saw Michael Vick, but I think Lamar's just a touch faster, but we can go back and forth about that. Whatever. He's a little bigger and a little stouter than Michael Vick was.
He is.
He's a dart thrower. I'm not saying he's got Patrick Mahomes' arm or Josh Allen's arm, because he doesn't. He's just a dart thrower. He is an accurate thrower of the football. It's all that matters.
That's it.
Tom Brady didn't have a bazooka.
No.
Joe Montana didn't have a shotgun arm. I'm sorry. It doesn't take that.
No.
Lamar's arm is, in fact, I can make a case. I can make a case it's a little stronger than Tom Brady's arm.
Yeah.
Just a little stronger. It's fine. It worked. He led the league in touchdown passes. And listen, he's made of the right stuff. Every time I turn on the TV, I'll know the game he played against Brady this past year on that Thursday night.
Yeah.
You want to talk about balling? You want to talk about the definition of just taking a game over? It was just all Lamar. He just took the game over. He was just too good for the Bucs defense.
Right.
He wore it out.
Right.
The whole game long, and that was the game he was exiting and took the sign down and signed the sign.
Yeah, pay the man.
Sign. Pay the man. Okay. I'm sorry. I have to bring this up. It has to somehow factor back to the color of this man's skin. I think let's start with that. Let's start with the fact that somehow it went so south with the Baltimore Ravens that the rest of the league is saying he's the problem, not the Ravens are the problem. No, the Ravens opted that they had all this time. It was Dak-like. It took years and years. We went 5 years of this. Yeah. You got he won the MVP 2 years ago, and you could have paid him.
Right.
There's no law against it, no rule against it. You could have paid him, and they didn't, and they didn't, and they didn't, and they didn't.
Right.
And all of a sudden, Lamar is a proud fighter of a young man. He's still, to your point, he's 26 years old.
26.
And he said, I literally died for the cause. I get beat up for you. I gave you my heart and my soul because I wanted to be a Raider. Everybody said I wouldn't make it, and I won the MVP. I mean, sorry, be a Raven. Maybe he wants to be a Raider. I don't know. but in the end, they wouldn't do the right thing. They wouldn't pay him what he had earned.
Right.
And yeah, he was tough last year. He was tough to deal with, I was told, in their meetings. But when it was game time, he played his tail off the way he always does, because it's how he was built, how he was born.
If you skip, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, and Justin Herbert are all eligible for contract extensions. Let's see what their prospective teams does. Right. And the fact of the matter is that Lamar Jackson won the MVP in his second year of starting. So his third year, he ended up, remember, they won a playoff game because they ended up beating, if I'm not mistaken, they beat Tennessee.
They did.
Skip, that was a great, what was going to be a better time? What else did you need to see to say Lamar Jackson is our quarterback of the future? Now, at that time, Deshaun Watson hadn't signed this mega contract.
Yep.
So the numbers that you could have got Lamar Jackson for was very reasonable. But I believe this is an opportunity. The NFL says we're going to reset this quarterback market. Y'all think this thing is going to continuously go? Hey, owners, we're going to do this, right?
Okay, and it starts with this guy, right? Yet, I'm reading in The Athletic, their draft analyst and expert, Dane Brugler, writes, he'd make the Indianapolis Colts immediate contenders for a deep playoff run. I'll buy that, because they got talent there.
Yeah.
Okay? And they have a new young head coach who coached Jalen Hurts last year. So, okay, I got it.
You got a decent offensive line.
Yes, they do.
Jonathan Taylor running the ball. I like Pittman Jr. at the receiver. Defensively, they're going to get Shaquille back.
Yep. Okay. All right. So you made the point. Lamar is not free, but he is available to the highest bidder.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple. It's cut and dry. They put the non-exclusive. They said, we're only going to pay him $32 million. So come on, Kamal, take your best shot, right?
Skip, if I pay for the house, you pay for closing costs.
Yeah.
So the team will say, hold on, we got to give up 2 first-round picks and reset the market at the quarterback position.
And I say you should turn that comment upside down and say, it's only 2 first-round picks for Lamar Jackson?
Yeah.
Seriously. They don't. You can't find Lamar Jacksons.
No.
They don't come along very often. He is available.
Clearly, you and I have a higher value or perspective of Lamar than other teams in the NFL do.
I mean, for only 2 first rounds. Seriously.
Yeah.
How hard is it to find a quarterback?
Because right now, Skip, what's happening is that Cleveland did what they did. And so other teams have said, because you did a bad deal, players, I don't want y'all to think just because Cleveland did a bad deal, we're going to do a bad deal to trump theirs. It's not happening. And look, teams prioritize what they prioritize. We know that, Skip. Winning, if they say, it's all about winning when they sign a player that maybe doesn't have the most pristine background.
Okay.
That's what they'll say. It's all about winning. It's all about winning. It's business.
I got it. Nope. I got it. Final point. I read Jeremy Fowler's quote here from ESPN, and he says, and I quote, I've talked to multiple teams who predict that no team will make an offer for Lamar, as crazy as that sounds. It doesn't mean that they think they shouldn't. They think that they should, but there's just a lot going on here. None of that makes sense to me.
And you know what's going on?
Yeah.
Collusion is hard to prove.
Yep.
If there's no documentation. Now, I'm not emails, text messages, or your overheard phone calls, or whatever that case may be. But he's going to be the test study. He's the case study of us recapturing this quarterback market that they were trying to get out of hand. Because, that's the thing.